Everyone, welcome back to CCTT. Today we're going to be looking at the Sony ZV-1F and the Amazon suggestion for the flash, which is the Olzani F12. It's the mini camera speed light. This will not actually work with this camera, and I'll tell you the reasons why at the very end, but if you just want to quickly check in on it, this is not going to function with this Sony camera. So essentially, a few weeks ago, my daughter and my wife were excited. They got these brand new cameras. My daughter, who is 20, thought that she needed to have it vlogging. She's into cameras and photography, and we got her for graduation a really nice Canon. I think it's a Mark V or Mark IV. Anyway, so she's got a really nice camera, and she wanted to get something that was a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, and she's got several Sony's smaller cameras, but they're older, 2015, 2018 cameras, and they're nice, but they don't have all the vlogging stuff that you need. And I know that these things are also being used in YouTubes, and so they probably are really good when you get external lights in your studio. So she needed to have a camera that would work for taking photos for certain events for her friends, and so at college they've got some of these little small proms, if you will, if they've got them on occasion. Now, if you look at this setup, when you go on to Amazon, that is a really nice looking package, and so she was really attracted to it. And moreover, Sony said it would work with this camera, and so she went out and bought the extra. I think these things are $22 now on Amazon. The problem with the ZV-1F is the F means flashless. This is a cold shoe. Even though it's got the mechanisms, you can see on the bottom there's no actual copper or metal right in the middle of that shoe, in that black shoe. And of course, this has the little nipple on the end of it that's designed specifically to connect into a hot shoe. And so it would work functionally properly if that were the case. Now, I've looked everywhere online to see if there was some option that maybe I was missing. And I was unable to see anyone who was able to get this camera to work with this shoe. And I just pressed it down to make sure that there was no other. Sometimes the shoes will have a little slip and possibly something will come through, a piece of metal that will come through, but just pressing on it, it doesn't do anything. It just allows this to come through. So you have the ground, which I believe is the external, and your positives are the nipples, and there's nothing for this to connect into. So short answer, you cannot use a flash, external flash at all with this camera. However, you can use a light. And so if you're vlogging and you can get a light, not this light, not the F12, this is a flash. And there's actually a video out there with a gal from China. She's speaking English broken, and she's saying that she got this to work. It does not work. And I think she had a different camera, or I think she might have pushed the little button when she took the picture. And so I'm not sure how she got it to function with this model and this camera, but it will not work. In fact, no flashes will work with this camera. So that's disappointing. That means that this may end up going back to Amazon because she does need to have a flash, and she needs to have an external flash, and this camera will not flash. If she's going to do vlogging, maybe it would work. I'm still really excited about whether or not we can get this iPhone 15 Plus to do this. And right now, I'm telling you, I think the right mix for in studio is this 15 Plus with the cinematic setting that you have on the phone, and then of course then the DJI Mic 2, and that's currently what I'm using. And I've searched high and low. I have used all of my Rodees. I've gone and tested out the Rode Pro. I've tested out, which I did like. But I've also tested out the Rode Go. And right now, the Rode Link, which I had used in many of my older videos, and I had taken a sample of this. I really like the DJI Mic 2. And I think, even though I'm not being sponsored by these guys, for my limited use of this so far, and I'll do my own review of this, this thing is amazing. I mean, the fact that you've got on the back your own case, you're about the same price as the Pro. It is smaller, and you do have the little dongles that go on top, and this thing is just amazing. Also, there's a I don't think this is on. Maybe it's on. Oh, jeez, I don't know if it's going to be recording too. It is recording too. That's pretty cool. As soon as you take it out of the case, the receiver actually shows both of these, and it actually shows that this one's a little bit higher. This is completely unscripted at this point. The reason why I pulled it out, because I wanted to show you how strong these magnets are. And so, oops, I didn't want to touch that. Okay, I got it off. That's strong. I mean, you could put it on a sheet like this and put it up here, and you could swing it around. That's pretty strong, guys. I don't think I've ever seen a magnet as strong, and it really didn't shift very much either. So if you're looking for a setup for your audio, I highly recommend it. And as soon as I plug this one back in, the receiver indicated only one microphone. It's going to be interesting to see what this looks like. Apologize in advance if you hear, obviously, this in the background shaking around for a while, but also if you hear some conflict with it. I don't know if the iPhone is going to pick up on that second mic, and that's going to be really interesting, because in the use of the Rode connector here that I got for the older versions, this did not allow the dual microphone to work correctly, and the iPhone Plus would not, 15 Plus would not register that second microphone. And so if this does, that's going to make it really interesting, because then I can have people in here both talking at the same time, and the iPhone to pick up both of it. So with that, I probably went off on a tangent, and I apologize for that, but I just want to let you know, if you are in the market for a high quality camera, and you're not just needing something to basically vlog with, which is really all this thing is going to be rendered to, even if you get smaller amounts, if you get some, you can probably take some photographs and stuff like this, but I don't know if you want to spend a lot of money on this. It's a nice camera, and there's some guys that are saying that, you know, it does exactly what they want. It's got flip out, and it can convert, you can clean it up. So it's a good camera. I just don't know if it's impressive enough that you would make you want to go get it without that flash. And there are cameras that have been developed that don't even have the shoe. They just, you know, it's nice that they put the shoe in there. But if I were putting my money anywhere and I was going to do anything, you can actually get flashes that work with the iPhone. Plus, the iPhone already has its flashes, and so I'm a pretty big fan of using that phone, especially the 15 Plus. And if you can pick one of those up for $500, this whole setup right now for this phone is around that. And the money well worth spent, because then you can just use the phone primarily for recording, but you could also use it for its Bluetooth capabilities and other things. With that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So again, please remember on the bottom, hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back again with another video. Thanks again. CCT out. Bye.